The sentiment of the extraterrestrial awareness community has been that of both free love and open information. Many hold the idea that alien life is here for purely benevolent means, and that making contact with such life will allow humanity to better understand its place in the universe and be gifted with a large amount of newer technologies by an advanced alien race. Unfortunately, it appears that there is evidence for the contrary, and that the true nature of extraterrestrial life is not that of benevolence. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we will be going over 5 impossible to explain alien attacks and what they might mean for humanity's efforts at first contact. The account of Antonio Villas-Boas. One of the first documented accounts of an alien abduction several years before the reported alien abduction craze of the 1960s was from a man known as Antonio Villas-Boas. As the documented report details, Antonio claimed to have been violently attacked by extraterrestrial life on the night of October 16th in 1957. According to his report, Antonio Villas-Boas claimed that as he was out farming during the night on his tractor, a strange red light appeared in the sky. At first, he believed that it might have been some kind of previously unseen star or perhaps a stray meteor. But then the red light began to grow in size and quickly turned out to be a strange unknown aerial craft that landed in his field a few hundred feet away from him. Scared of what the craft could have been, he tried to drive away with his tractor but found that the engine had suddenly died, forcing him to run from the vehicle through the field only to be grabbed by a number of small humanoid figures wearing grey coveralls that dragged him into their spacecraft. While in the spacecraft, Antonio Villas-Boas was stripped of his clothes and forcibly covered from head to toe in a strange gelatinous compound that forced him to remain calm and nullified him. He was then led into a room where the extraterrestrials pumped in a strange gas that led Antonio to believe that he would soon suffocate. However, the gas subsided and a strange female humanoid alien entered the room, of whom was also completely naked. Antonio then detailed a terrible sexual violence against him that caused him to feel terrible shame. Shortly after, he was escorted off of the craft and would go on to suffer from terrible radiation poisoning and sickness that would have required Antonio to have gotten hit by direct doses of radiation equal to the amount that would later be experienced at the Chernobyl incident. Antonio's tale, featuring forced restraint, sexual violence, and terrible radiation poisoning, tends to point towards further themes of alien abduction accounts in the modern day that lead many to believe that extraterrestrials are far more evil in nature. The Hopkinsville Goblin. Back on the 21st of August in the year 1955, there was an impossible-to-explain incident that led to many believing that perhaps some strange extraterrestrial beings, later given the name of the Hopkinsville Goblins, had made contact with human beings only to demonstrate a malevolent behaviour. According to the police report surrounding the incident, the Hopkinsville Police Department reported that 5 adults and 7 children entered the police station obviously distraught and in a panic. They reported to the police department that they had been in a gunfight lasting for more than 4 hours after small alien creatures had come out of a spaceship and began to attack them at their farmhouse. According to 2 witnesses of the events, they claimed that there had been somewhere between 12 and 15 short humanoid figures that had repeatedly popped up at the doorway and peered in through the windows that forced the family to open fire to keep the creatures from entering the home. As they would shoot the creatures, they claimed they would fall to the floor momentarily only to roll away and get back up and resume trying to enter the home. Others gave descriptions of the creatures that they believed were extraterrestrial beings, standing at roughly 2 to 4 feet tall and had large pointed ears, claws for hands, and large eyes that glowed yellow. This led to the police department sending 4 city police, 3 deputy sheriffs, and 4 military police to the farmhouse to conduct an investigation on the matter, leading to them finding evidence of the gunfights, bullet holes, and clawed attempts to enter the home against the doors and windowsills. A few hours later, the family would pack up and leave the farmhouse entirely after reports claimed the creatures had returned at around 3:30 a.m. and tried to resume the gunfight once more. Nothing more was ever understood from the event following this incident. The Arizona Ranch Invasion. Though this witness account has been at the center of a number of pieces of ridicule, it continues to be one of the most violent detailed attacks ever reported by an alien abductee. First coming to light back on the 26th of October in 2017, a man by the name of John Edmonds made the audacious claim that an interdimensional portal opened up on his property and led to a number of alien invasions over 2 decades that have forced him to defend his home with a single katana against strange extraterrestrial creatures. Located roughly an hour west of the city of Phoenix, Arizona, the Stardust Ranch residing within the Rainbow Valley is reportedly one of the bloodiest battlegrounds when it comes to extraterrestrial contact, according to John Edmonds, of whom has claimed that he is attempting to sell his ranch for less than 10% of its value just to get away from the monsters. He goes on to claim that these extraterrestrial creatures return at random nights and have made numerous attempts to abduct them. He elaborates with the following statement. They actually levitated my wife out of the bed in the master chamber and carried her into the parking lot and tried to draw her up into the craft. John Edmonds also claims to have definitive evidence of his battles with the aliens, as on the 13th of March 2017, he uploaded a picture of a single katana lying on the floor of his garage with blood, reportedly from an alien, smeared all over the ground, claiming that he battled against a group of aliens with a single katana to save his wife from being taken in the night. Among his claims, John Edmonds has claimed that new portals have opened up, the aliens have the ability to teleport within his house, and that the aliens abducted the previous owners of the property before him. Evidence of the strange disappearance of the previous property owners has also surfaced, helping to promote John Edmonds' claim of a possible alien abduction. One of the most recent attacks on the ranch, told by John Edmonds, led to a full-scale firefight with an alien craft just to get them to leave from the house and prevent his wife from being taken in the night. According to John Edmonds, he claims the following. There was a cone of light. It came down and she started to rise into that cone of light. I grabbed an AK-47 with a double banana clip in it, and I went outside and I opened up. John Edmonds is still currently looking for a buyer to take the property off of his hands, but has yet to receive a single offer. The account of Linda Porter. Though the report wasn't written until 1991, the case of Linda Porter and her alien abduction encounters that took place back in 1963 helped to paint an even more important picture for that of alien intervention and abduction. The story was first told by that of famed reporter and regional Emmy winner Linda Moulton Howe, of whom was contacted by Linda Porter after receiving a package through the mail containing an audio cassette, a written letter and drawings from Linda Porter. The letter detailed the account of Linda Porter that informed the journalist of her abduction that took place back in 1963 in Covina, California. According to Linda Porter, she had been abducted by grey aliens when she was a young child, only roughly 15 years old, and experienced experiments that she referred to as soul transfers. Linda Porter claimed that she was taken up into an extraterrestrial spacecraft. She had seen a large praying mantis-like creature that could communicate with her telepathically and detail a vast amount of information surrounding the universe. Shortly after this confrontation, she claimed to have switched bodies into that of a cloned body via a soul transfer. She was told by an extraterrestrial being that her other body had had a bad heart and that she would soon have passed away had they not intervened, but that her new body would be far healthier and stronger for her to use. Shortly after this transfer, she witnessed a number of other abductees in large vats or containers, of whom were being studied by the extraterrestrials, as the nature of a human soul was quite unknown to the extraterrestrials inhabiting the spacecraft. Additionally, Linda Porter claimed to have seen a number of surrounding grey aliens that stood beside the massive praying mantis-like alien and seemed to have been operating as a hive mind as they communicate telepathically. This behaviour led her to believe that the function of their civilization is based primarily off of telepathic communication to prevent misinterpretation of far more complex ideas. No further information surrounding her abductions could be known, and outside of her audio cassettes and drawn images, no other data can be gathered. But what do you all think of these impossible to explain close encounters that have surfaced all around the world over the past few decades? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.